All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for January 23rd, 2019. It's Wednesday, folks. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Again, if you're new, maybe hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you get all the alerts as soon as we put them out, all right? Okay, got the last video out. Lots of positive comments. A couple of people, I'm scared. Or why you peddling this garbage? Folks, everything, we talked about this. We're going to look at a lot of different angles, a lot of different things. Now, what do we know to be true? That there was a foiled attempt. Some guy got arrested in Georgia. Missile, was it a handheld or, shoulder launch? I'm not sure. We know Pelosi was trying to leave the country. There's lots of variables. This gets you thinking. Again, you gotta look at a lot of things and understand the depths. All right, the depths of how this goes. A lot of people are, well, how come they haven't stopped chemtrails yet? Well, maybe if you're trying to fight the Illuminati off in this whole big vast system that you come into that's already well established, attacking chemtrails just doesn't really fit into the agenda right off the gate. Like that's your main concern, A lot of the problems that a lot of people talk about and swim in get fixed if you fix the bigger issue, which is the usurping of our Constitution in 1871 and a series of other events, all right? You got to nip this stuff in the butt, all right? Take their source of money away, take their whole game angle away from them. A lot of things will get fixed. There's a big people do things that don't even understand why, all right? They don't even know why they're doing things. They don't know what they're putting into the planes. They just have a job. And that gets fixed when you fix everything else. All right. So again, keep paying attention. We talk about it all the time. You're going to look at a lot of different things, hear a lot of different things. Now that article, well written, it was going around. Lots of people went and read it off of Greg's page. I got a hold of him and we decided I was going to make it, like I like to do sometimes, into a visual movie type. All right. There wasn't any of that going around. That put it into a little bit different way. All right. Some people could read things great and their mind can show it. That's a way to do that. All right. Okay. So we're going to jump into this other article here. It's kind of buzzing. It's off the True Pundit about 8 hours ago. Fed Bombshell. 6 hours ago. My bad. Fed Bombshell. Fusion GPS bribed dozens of mainstream media journalists with cash, while news companies paid firm to dig dirt on Trump. High-ranking FBI insiders are pulling back the curtain on Fusion GPS, the firm that commissioned and spread the bogus Trump dossier. It appears embattled intelligence firm was quite busy paying off big media reporters, according to federal sources. I'll get that a little bigger for you. Federal sources, where are we at? Federal sources who have traced dozens of transactions between TD Bank and media members, as well as media organizations and sources confirm. But stunningly, big media organizers or organizations have employed Fusion GPS to dig dirt on politicians and DC's elite, namely Donald Trump. Even Fusion GPS was on the payroll of the media and in turn had members of the media on its payroll, one FBI insider said. It's a bombshell revelation, folks. FBI insiders confirmed Fusion GPS employed law firms as well as shell companies to send and receive funds to and from the media to the reporters. But the embattled firm also uses accounts at TD Bank to directly commission reporters. Likewise, Fusion GPS received funds from media companies into its own accounts at a TD Bank. FBI insiders have said there are dozens of payments from the media flowing into the Fusion GPS account. One federal law enforcement official said one company wired funds to Fusion GPS more than a dozen times. Why would media companies commission Fusion GPS? Likely to dig dirt on enemies and secure records that reporters could not legally obtain, one federal law enforcement insider said. One FBI insider also said the payments to Fusion GPS coincide with Donald Trump's run for the White House. Payments were made between September 15 to September 2017. Records show right before the election. So the unthinkable, the mainstream media paying Fusion GPS for dirt on Trump to the same firm the Democratic National Committee paid to fund the bogus Trump dossier. And at the same time, Fusion GPS is bribing journalists to place stories, likely negative, not positive. We didn't see any positive. This just keeps getting dirtier and dirtier, as well as the spread of the bogus Trump dossier around. Stunning. Was BuzzFeed the only company to publish the full bogus dossier on that list? And who was on the payroll? Why are we trying to run that information down? Why aren't we? Why are we trying to run that information down? Why aren't these people behind bars? This story's developing more, folks. We have to wait a little bit. But we knew some of this, right? We talked about secure drop. Some of these reporters, they check their secure drop and they get intel, what stories to run for the week that day, who to try to get on, invite these 8 guests on to dispute, to debate them live, to debunk their stories in real time. Out of the 8 people, probably only 2 or 3 will get back to you, but that'll help set the narrative for the week coming up. And that's how it works. And then monies are put into accounts, all by secure drop. Check it out. We've covered it months ago, how this works. People that are unaware of it or think, no, that's not how it goes. It is. It is. All right, folks, there is a narrative and it's pushed down from the highest levels. All right, so we had some other journalists fired after wanting Covington Catholic students and their parents to die. There was all kinds of things out on this, folks. One lady deleted her Twitter account, calling to, some real bad stuff was just being said about let me see here. All right, here it is. So the Muslim congresswoman deletes Covington Catholic tweet after being threatened with libel suit. A notable anti-Christian congresswoman deleted a tweet spreading the false narrative aired by the mainstream press regarding the interaction between several boys of the Covington Catholic High School and proven liar Nathan Phillips, a Native American man. The boys are protesting a woman's right to choose and yelled, "It's not rape if you enjoy it." They were taunting 5 black men before they surrounded Phillips and led racist chants. Sandyman's family hired a right-wing PR firm to write his non-apology story. The boys were protesting a woman's right to choose and yelled, "It's not rape if you enjoy it." They were taunting 5 black men before they surrounded Phillips and led to racist chants. All right. So basically she ended up deleting it, facing backlash, I guess. But to me, the whole rhetoric, folks, is reminding me of the same song, maybe a different tune, but, back in the 80s, or it's probably been going on a while, the old adage, there's even Congress people that were calling for the ban of these hats. We need to ban them. These red, the white one, I don't know, red, white ones, MAGA folks. And if violence happens to somebody in a hat, like when people threw coffee in these people that aren't doing nothing wrong's face, they would kind of, not put it on blast. This news wouldn't carry it. Only in situations like what we had where the narrative was for them, right? They're calling for banning of these hats. And the old adage of, the woman's wearing a skirt, she's asking to get, sexually, mistreated or raped. No, we don't stick up for that. We didn't try to ban skirts and we didn't blame the women. Now, people had those kind of ideas like, well, look at the way she's dressed. She's asking for it. So now that's back. It's 2.0 version of that. These people have hats on, whether they don't say anything to anybody. And if violence happens on them, people are, well, look, it's his fault he had the hat on. Just quit wearing the hat. We should ban the hats. That's the same song, just a different little tune, right? It doesn't really make sense. That's what I'm trying to get at. So hope you're following along. All right, I just wanted to bring you those stories. We're hitting our mark. I like to keep these short little updates. That one was huge, folks. The more and more we go along, week after week, this whole fusion GPS, it just falls apart. It just gets worse and worse for them. The whole investigation that we're looking at is relying on that story that broke from I mean, and it's just getting thrashed every day. So the native activist who harassed them as well, the guy, I mean, he's been proven to be in other issues. We're talking about the pipeline. He was involved in one in a college area in 2015 where he was, accusing students of mistreating him then. So it's like he's popped up 3 or 4 times in the wrong areas, being on, the poor, victim, the poor native Vietnam vet that got spit on when he came back from Nam as well, which he never went to. Pretty sure he did serve, but he just never left country. Now, that doesn't degrade anybody if you served and you're like, you didn't leave country. Hey, quit talking to him about it. He's the one that's saying he did. So we have to call that out. From one vet to another, that's disgraceful. It's one thing to never have been in and say that you're in Nam or, you fought Iraq. But when you have been in, nobody's harassing you for have served. But when you make up stories, we're going to get the truth out there. All right. So, all right. Again, I'm Mike. This is the Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you. We'll see you back here later on tonight. More things are going to break. Everything's fired up. I took a little downtime today because I was working late on that video throughout deep into the night last night, and then got up and finished up on it. Got it out by noon and have just taken a few hours. So we're going to take it easy, do some more articles here in a little bit, and we'll see you back here. Make sure you're subscribed, like, share, comment. Leave a comment, folks. Some of the best people down there. Take a look around. Patriots all over. All right, leading you in the right direction, giving you other little articles to look at and tidbits of information that are important. Take a look. All right, I'm Mike. We'll see you back here real soon.